Hey, we're back again, ready to do another make and take here at the April 2026 retreat. This is a real fun card. This is a flip-flop card. If you were in Orlando at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, you probably and did our make and take. This is what you did. So here it is. It's a really cute card. Check it out. We're using some irresistibles and flip flaps and all kinds of fun um, products. So we're going to use little Wink Stella. We're going to use stamps from the Simply Beautiful collection and the lovely arrangements. So let's find out what's in our packet. So in your packet, you're going to have all of these fun pieces. So you've got your envelope. Don't forget about decorating your envelope. We'll probably do a couple stamps on that. You're going to have your basic card, a larger piece of printed paper. Check out this. I mean, it's got some gold foil on it. How cool is that? You're going to have a piece of Calypso Coral and of Petal Pink. You're going to have two pieces, thinner pieces of printed paper. We're going to use this side, not necessarily the gold side. We're going to use those as accent pieces. You're going to have one piece of, this is the Irresistible. It's hard there, you can see it. What it is it's pre-embossed. We're going to use that. You've got one little piece for your sentiment, a couple of a leaf and some flowers, and our flip flap. Okay, let's get started. So what we're going to do first, because it's going to take a moment to dry, is we're going to stamp on these die cuts. And you're like, Amy, we didn't do it the last time. I know, but this time we're going to, simply because it'll be okay. We can show that we can do it either way. So you can see these are well-loved stamps. This was the make and take that we did in Orlando. So I'm just going to get all the ones off right away and put this right back in because that way then I don't lose pieces because you know that does happen. I have a stamp somewhere that I don't know where it goes. So let's get these on blocks right away. So we're going to go ahead and pick them up with our blocks so that everything is all set to go when we need it. Let's use this one there because it's obvious which stamps we're going to be using. Go. A little thank you. And I'm going to turn this guy on this way. And we've got one or two stamps out of this set. So we're going to use these little, this outline of this flower. And we're going to use that one. So we're using two stamp sets for this. All right. Let's go ahead and that and do that. All right, so we've got them all added to our blocks, ready to go. That's something that's probably going to be already happening for you guys. So we got a couple things that we're going to do first because we want to let them dry. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp in our Calypso Coral. And this floral matches this. And ding. Now we have to play the matchy game, and I think this is it. And that's it. Okay, so this little flower goes out to that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to ink, and now I'm going to look right over, and hopefully my head is not in the picture. You know what? I'm going to use my silicone mat so you guys can see how it lines up. This is a really cool little mat. You get, I don't know about you, but I get adhesive all over. So you can do all your gluing on that mat and what wipes right off. So not bad, pretty good. All right, so that's the only time we're going to stamp that one. And then we're going to stamp this is the die cut. It's pretty easy to figure that out. Okay. All right. I'm going to clean off my stamps because those are done. We're not going to be using those anymore. And the other thing that the silicone mat is really good for is we're going to do some watercoloring with our Wink of Stella. So I'm going to actually add just a little bit of that Calypso Coral on my mat. And I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. And now what I'm going to do is just take a pool of my Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to push. Sure, I don't want to get it all over. This one might be just close to the end. Oh, sure it is. All right. You know what? I have another one. That's crazy. All right, there. So we got a little pool of it. So I'm going to swirl it in. See that? Cool. And now, just going to take and I'm going to do some painting. So we really want this to dry before we, so that's why we're going to kind of do this as the beginning. Add a little more of that color. Isn't that cool that we can do this and wait till you see it dry. It is so cool, you guys. Okay, there we go. This Wink of Stella is done. So I'm just going to put these way out of our way. And I know it looks really glittery, but it'll dry. All right, so we're going to put those out of the way. We're done with our Wink of Stella. The next thing that's going to take us for just a bit to dry, so we're going to do that right away. Actually, I'm going to do it right on, move these off, and I'm going to do it on my silicone mat, is I am going to do our Irresistible. So I'm going to use a blender brush and watch the magic happen here. So we're going to dip and then kind of tap off and go onto our Irresistible. Now it doesn't matter. You can go a little bit heavier in spots. You can do it a little bit lighter in spots. If you have the glass mat, I like using glass mat. Stampin' Up! Has a glass mat. It's wonderful. It's great for taking with to classes or to a retreat because it's small. The one I have here in my studio is big and it doesn't travel as well. But see, I can do it out like that, but the silicone mat is great. So I can just take it like this and look at that. How cool is that? Very cool. So that is already pre-done. There are 3 different designs of that. So, okay, so we're gonna let that dry. We got some things drying. Some drying things. Okay. All right. Uh, where am I going from here? Okay. Oh, I needed, this is what I was looking for, paper towel. just to wipe that up so I don't get it all over everything. Okay, then let's go ahead and do some stamping. We are going to use the light side, dark side, light side of Petal Pink. I am going to stamp the thank you across the top, kind of mid to top in the Calypso Coral. I'm going to read on that one. As long as I'm doing Calypso Coral, I'm going to do the, so that says thank you, and this says so very much. I'm going to go ahead and do that right on this is going to go on the inside of our card. So those two are done. And let's get rid of the Calypso Coral. So again, Calypso Coral, this is the dark color, the light color. So we're going to go on the light side. If you were doing make and takes with me, you may have remembered this one. So we're going to bring this paper back. There's these little roses or flowers. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to add a couple of stamps of them right on this upper right hand corner of the light side of the Calypso Coral. Just kind of like that. All right, we're done with Calypso Coral. So we can put the Calypso Coral away. We've got our stuff drying. Still doing its thing. So Calypso Coral's done. So let's go ahead, clean up those stamps. That way those are done. And make sure not only just to get the stamps, but to get around the blocks too. You don't want to mess somebody's project up because you forgot to clean your stamp. Okay. All right. And then we're going to grab the card base. You might want to score it. All right, and we're going to grab this stamp and our Petal Pink. So we're going to go start with the thank you, Petal Pink. And this is going to be a tone on tone. So I'm going to go ahead, ink. Oh, this block you are going to get with anything, our box kits, you're going to get a block like this for free if you need a stamp. So not only do you get the adhesive, you get a block. Those are the ones that you can order every month that change. And if you are part of the Paper Pumpkin, you're going to get a block like this at the beginning of your subscription. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp once. See what we're doing. And I'm going to stamp twice. There. Ooh, I pressed a little too hard with that one. That's okay. We're going to cover it up. All right. And then we're going to go to the inside of our card. Now these strips are going to go here and here. So we want this stamp to kind of peek out. Oh, what happened here? Oh, sorry guys. Oh, we're back. I don't know. Sometimes I think my phone goes to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead, ink, and I'm going to come in and just twirl my stamp around in and out. Some are going to be a little bit farther out. Some are going to be a little closer in. If I go off my page a little bit there, I'm okay. Now this one's going to be kind of close to the edge. I'm just going to put like one down there. All right, that is it. That is all the stamping that we have to do. Now it's to put things together. So let's clean this stamp and get our pieces out of their way. And we're ready to assemble. All right, let's go ahead and assemble the front. Again, you can use whatever adhesive you like. I'm going to use For this part, I'm going to use my runner, and it doesn't matter. Does it have up, down, wherever? You're not going to see a whole lot of it, so I'm going to add to my card base. And now I'm going to build this piece right here. So I'm going to add this, the front. Let's get it on straight. Okay. And then I'm going to add this front again of the card. Glue is so nice. It's so sticky. And I'm going to go a little bit towards the top. I did it again. Hello. Hello. There we go. All right. Not sure what's going on with it. All right. Now let's bring these guys back in. We got a lot of Stella on them. I don't think I shook it very good. So I don't want quite that much glitter. I'm just going to take my paper towel and unglitter them some. Is that a thing? Because that one really got glittery. So I just want to give it some color and not quite so much glitter. Ah, there, that's better. Not as much glitter. All right, so I'm going to let them dry just a little bit more before we put them on the front. So let's go to the inside. We have our flip flap. Now you're thinking, why would you put a flip flap in a card? Well, think of maybe a special birthday or a special thank you. Let's say you were volunteering for you had volunteers for some fundraiser and you collected a lot of money and you were really excited about it. You could use a flip flap in there. And you on the back side, you could put a little photo of the fundraiser, of them at the fundraiser, or maybe it's a birthday party and you want to put a couple photos in there of a special birthday. Maybe it's grandma's 80th birthday or whatever, and you want to put that in there. So I think it would be kind of cool. Oh my goodness, it's doing it again. Hello. Wake up. Let's see. Is it going to go? All right. Well, let's see what we can do now. We're not paused. All right, so we're going to add the flip flap. So what you're going to do is have your pocket of your flip flap on the inside. This is where your adhesive is on this right here. You're going to fold it over. We're going to peel off the adhesive or that part, and we are going to attach this right on the edge of this card, just like that. So now my flip flap will open this way and I can get things in it under here so it's protected. So I'm going to take my piece that is from, we just did, turn it upside down, my Irresistible, and put it in there. Okay, we're going to open this back up. Now we have this strip, and I am going to put this strip right here. And look what I'm going to cover up. I'm going to cover up that adhesive. So this one, I either want this glue or maybe even a tear tape glue because it's got to go over that plastic. So I'm going to use my tape runner. Give it a good adhesive run and put that right down. Now, do you see how those flowers kind of peek out? So some are all the way out, some are in. Isn't that a neat little trick to create a cute border? So look at there. Now we've got that. So cute. This is just the matching one on the other side for a border. Sometimes when it's little and thin like this, I do like to use my glue because I don't get glue all my liquid glue because I don't get glue all over. And just going to add that there. So it just kind of ties it together. Got one more piece in the inside, which is thank you so very much. Now I like to pennant cut. Here's my scissors. You can do it multiple different ways. So you could pennant cut, or you know what? Tonight I'm going to just do a slash. We're just going to do thanks so very much. And what we're going to do is use this glue again, because we're going right. Oh, it sometimes goes way too far, starts way back. All right, there we go. We got glue on it. Adhesives on. And I'm going to go ahead and just put it right in there. So it really kind of creates that border. So thank you so very much. So now we've got our flowers to put on. And a couple of gems and some leaves. We're done. Add the envelope. You'll have to do your own envelope. Use your creativity. I know you guys can do it. All right, I found some bigger. Squares or dimensionals. So let's use those instead of all those little bitty ones. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, attach there. Hello, there we go. I don't think it's picking up everything moving. And then we're going to attach that one. Wow, those got a lot of glitter on them. Little liquid glue on those leaves. We're going to stick, you know what, I'm going to stick those right up there, right where that little oops was. I just created an opportunity. That's what I always tell everyone. That's just an opportunity. Now we've got some gems, pearls of beauty, and you can use whatever color you want because these are going to go really well. Any of them, any colors are going to go. Use the take your pick tool. I'm going to use one of these. I think I'll go right in the middle of there. Maybe it won't be so distracting. Let's just use this color, and then let's go. Sometimes if they just fall, that's where they go. And let's go down. There we go. So we've got some jewels and gems. We have our flip flap card. Okay. One more make and take to go, guys. Have a great rest of your day.